What's up, everyone? It's Q from Retro Q Game. We're back with the next installment in the Resident Evil playthrough between beginner and between average player, with a couple of little pro strats sprinkled in. So we were continuing on with Chris. So let's once again enter the world of survival horror. So there we had it. That was basically the first boss, the first actual boss of Resident Evil, Plant 42. Now, there's a couple of ways that fight can go down. That's one of them. That would be essentially the harder way of the fight. It's got the two phases, takes obviously roughly about double the shots, but if you recall back to when we had the option to leave Rebecca in the room or get her to come with us, that influenced the poison and the venom outcome from the snake encounter. It also actually affects that encounter. So if you do go through that one, with where you actually control Rebecca to get the serum to save Chris, this room here, there we go, this one here, actually comes into play, as I mentioned earlier. So what happens is during the Plant 42 fight, Chris gets grabbed and he's unable to break free by Plant 42. Rebecca comes in, sees he's in trouble, and she decides, okay, I have to save him. Rebecca is obviously a medic. She's used to pharmaceuticals, so she can actually come into this room and create well, I won't call it a serum, the poison for the plant, which is called V-Jolt, as we saw in one of the documents. So she can actually, you can create that in here as her and save Chris. It will also shorten the battle by about 50%. Once it's made, you just go down into the basement, drop it on the route that we saw down there, boom, that's it.
Wesker!
Chris, you're alive.
My words exactly. Where's Jill? Aren't you with Jill?
I'm sorry. We were attacked by a strange monster. I lost track of her while we were scouting around. I hope she's okay.
I see. Well, it's not your fault. This place is crazy. If we stay here, all of us will end up dead. What should we do, Wesker?
We have to complete this mission. Whether we escape or stay and look for Jill, we don't have many bullets left, and we can't even protect ourselves. We're still in trouble. Chris, there are a lot of locked rooms in that house. Check them out one more time. There must be a place to hide safely. I'll look around the house a little more.
Okay.
Let's get going.
What? It must be a STARS radio. It's a little bit broken, but it might still be usable. I'll take it with me. What are they? Monsters? Rebecca! Is she still in the house?
And that's our introduction to the new enemy, the Hunter. Hunters are very quick, very fast, very agile. Very, very dangerous. They can actually one-shot you from full health if they hit you with a certain move that they do randomly. Now, while the move is completely random and can be done at any point from 100% health to the lowest point, the more and more your health drops, the higher frequency of a chance they actually have to use it. So you generally want to stay kind of on the higher end of HP side when you're around hunters. For the most part, they've replaced, not in exact numbers, but they've essentially replaced a lot of the zombies where they were. So we've got our work cut out for us. And even though I didn't actually get to do it that time, when you shoot a hunter with a shotgun at a close enough distance, it will actually knock him down. And when he's getting back up, there's a couple of invincibility animation frames. Now, if you can time your attack, in my case a shotgun blast, to go off just as those finish, you can actually catch him in kind of an infinite stun lock. So you can get in your attack and re-stun him in those couple of frames between when he's invincible and when he can do his next attack. One other handy thing to note as well is if you do successfully dodge a standing swipe or a crouched swipe, whatever you want to call it, from a hunter, it does leave them wide open, as you saw just there. Not an easy thing to do, but if you get lucky, like I just did with it basically, it works out in your favor really well. Now, real quick, we're actually going to cheese this next bit. You could arguably call it a pro strat or whatever, but it'll come in handy to know. off the top of my head, it's only available in this particular room, so you can do it against the... I believe it's up to 3 hunters that will be here. Now, the handgun is generally useless against hunters. It doesn't stun them, and it does not do enough damage. But, in the case of here, it can be taken advantage of. Now, they're not especially weak against the hunters. You can see it takes me roughly 7 bullets to kill one, give or take 1 or 2 miss shots. But the big thing is that they're just too fast. If you're trying to fight a hunter 1-on-1, or God forbid 2-on-1, with a handgun, you're going to have a bad time. They're just too fast, they can trade blows with you, and potentially even start launching their one-hit kill attack. Now, generally what I like to do at this point in the game is clear out one specific path, to clear out it from hunters and all that, and keep reusing that path over and over when I have to go back and forwards through the house. It does take a little bit of ammo, it can be a little bit risky because they are hunters, but it generally pays off. See what I mean with how dangerous they can be? One single missed attack and he got 2 hits in on me. One was a jumping one, slightly more damaging than normal. And just like that, from one fuck up, I'm almost dead again. I could have actually cheesed him with a handgun easy. That was to reset the enemies, by the way. That hunter can also be cheesed with, say, a handgun or something. The only thing is, do not stand too close to the banister. He can actually hit you over it, including an insta-kill attack. Now this next part can actually be a little bit tricky. Especially because I'm not doing too bad on ammo.
Rebecca! Rebecca!
Chris!
Thank God you're safe!
I'm sorry that you were worried about me.
We are in great danger. We must organize a search for the others and get the hell out of here. Understood?
Yes, sir!
Okay, I'll go first. Proceed with your own judgment. All right? Can you do it?
Yes, I can!
Good luck.
So there we have it. We saved Rebecca from a grim and gruesome death at the hands of a hunter. This part is going to be a little bit shorter. I'm just going to save it. We get going on the next one as soon as we can. Simply because the hunters are just so dangerous that I feel like this has made a significant amount of progress for where we are in the game.